sorry. That's what happens when I work from home. Even after I put my sign up in the studio, please don't knock, I still get knocked. As you can see, this is working wonderful. Okay, my last corner. Definitely going to need a new rag for that last one. But, as you can see, the epoxy is coming off. Now, unfortunately, I didn't think about this before I started taking the epoxy out, so I do have some resin on the back side, but very little, so it will be a lot easier to get this stuff off. Alright, one rag shot, and the trash it goes. Off to the next rag. I always have my painter's rags, or I also do sculpting with concrete, so I always buy a bulk of them from Lowe's or Home Depot. Whenever I see them online for sale, I grab them, so it makes it a lot easier. Now, before you go touching this stuff, make sure you put a lot on, because it is sticky and it will stick to your hands. It does make it interesting because your hands are all slimy, so trying to do anything with the mold that is made out of rubber makes it a little more interesting. But we will try and get it up. Alright, because otherwise if I tried to do this with this, as sticky as it is, watch. See, it just moves around. That would have stuck to my hand. But because I have the the gel on, and always do it again after you've touched it, and then rub it off on a rag. And then you have nothing on your hands but the gel. And it actually makes my hands nice and smooth. Gives it some nice sealant. Keep my hands nice and soft. Alright. And also you can use wax paper, because resin won't stick to wax paper. I don't know if everybody knows that. I go on several YouTube's videos, and I try to learn as I'm going, because I'm a self-taught artist. I've always had art in my heart, but I never went to art school. I've taught myself how to sculpt and learned a lot off of YouTube. That's why I'm doing this for you guys, to show you how to get this off. Now, I'm getting closer to having all of this off, so I want to fold the wax paper over where I already had a lot of the resin on there, or epoxy, whatever you want to call it. And another big scoop, and just keep cleaning. Now, once I'm putting this all over this, what I'm going to do is get another clean washer or towel, shop towel I call them, and apply it all over as much as I can. And that way, when I use my clean shop towel, I will have the ability of removing all the extra resin or epoxy that is left on here. And now I'm just doing it with my hands, because I've gotten it to the point where there's nothing else on here that is major. it will clean off a lot easier. Alright. I think I've saved this piece by doing this. Alright. This, all in the touch. Now it's time for the cleaning rag. On this one, I should be able to save because it's just going to have a lot of the scalp product. And again, this is what I'm using. It's called Blue Magic. I think any kind of scalp conditioner will work. I've tried Vaseline, it doesn't work. I don't know why, but Vaseline does not work as well as this stuff. The reason I found out about this stuff is because I do braids for some of my friends who love to have their hair done with braids and beads. And so I cold roll their hair. Something that I learned when I was living in Ohio. So this is working. It's coming off nicely. It's very tedious, but I didn't feel like just chucking this nice shut mold.